Don't fight the closed doors, the disappointments, the people that walk away. You don't know what God is up to. Sometimes He has to move you away from what you're comfortable with. You can't see it, but He knows something is limiting you. You may go through these seasons of testing, seasons of proving. It's easy to get discouraged, slack off, but you need to keep being your best. Nothing is changing. That's okay. Keep doing the right thing.
To every person in this room who's had a struggle, who's had some pains, who's had some tests, who's got some creative ideas, but you've gone through some really tough stuff. Let me tell you something. The stuff you've been through, don't pay it any attention. It is just a sign that the baby is coming. You're on the verge of birthing. You're on the verge of birthing. You're on the verge of birthing. You're about to give birth. You don't want to leave me now, the baby is coming. You don't want to walk out on me now, the baby is coming. I haven't had my best idea yet. I haven't had my most creative moment yet. I haven't produced my dream yet. I don't care whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. There's something down inside of you that's still kicking inside of you that wants to get out, and it wants to live. It wants to live. The whole reason you're here today is because there's something in you that needs to be fed, that needs to be stirred, that needs to be electrified, that needs to be illuminated. There's something down inside of you. Can't let me out. Anybody who left you is going to miss it. They're going to miss it. They're going to miss the greatest part of you, the greatest part of your destiny, the greatest part of your creativity. It took everything you went through yesterday to get you ready for what you are about to do today. You are standing on the verge of a great awakening, or you wouldn't be here. Believe there are businesses in you, companies in you, concepts in you, books to be written, paintings to be drawn, concepts to be birthed, ideas, creative concepts. There's something that you could do, that you could think in your life that would radically change your life. Somebody could take the hand you've been dealt and win with it. Same circumstances, same ideas. They would do it through what they thought about your life. But we don't need somebody, because we got you. I'm telling you right now, if you are going to birth your dream, your calling, your passion, and the second half of your life, you can't draw back when life gets tough. You've got to stand up to it and push.
It's not what happens that determines the major part of your future. It's not what happens. What happens to us all. He said the key is what you do about it. It's not what happens, it's what you do about it. And he said if you will start that process of change, do something different the next 90 days than you did the last 90 days. Like picking up the books to read. Do something different, like the new health disciplines, relationship with your family, whatever it is, doesn't matter how small it is. If you'll start doing different things with the same circumstances, since we cannot change the circumstances, but we can change ourselves. We can change what we do. And then he gave me another secret to success when he said, what you have at the moment, Mr. Rohn, you've attracted by the person you've become. What you have at the moment, you've attracted by the person you've become. Few little simple principles here. Once you understand these, it starts to explain so much. But sometimes it's a little tough to take, blaming yourself instead of the marketplace. Taking responsibility instead of putting it off on someone else. There's that transition. Sometimes is a challenging mission. And this one was a little tough for me. He said, Mr. Rohn, you've got pennies in your pocket, you've got nothing in the bank, the creditors are calling, you're behind on your promises. He says, here's how that occurs. You've attracted, up until now, you've attracted the things to you because of the person you've become. Now I said, well, how can I change all that? He said, very simple. If you will change, everything will change for you. You don't have to change what's outside. All you've got to change is what's inside. To have more, you simply have to become more. And then he said, don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Start working on yourself, making these personal changes. And he said it'll all change for you. So let's talk a little bit about personal development. That extraordinary adventure I undertook starting at age 25. And I've never ceased that adventure. I'm still going for it. In the 90s, I want to get better and better. I want my craft to get better, my business operations to get better, the things I do to get better. Because once I picked up this simple formula, I'm telling you, it's easy to figure out where the problem is if you go to work on it. Now, let's talk about personal development. And in helping kids understand personal development, I always start with money. Now, money's not the only place to start. Money certainly isn't the only value, but we've all got to start somewhere, and money's something you can count. Right? Kids are interested in money. Okay? A lot of things are a little tougher to measure. But economics is pretty easy, right? Because you can count. Okay, somebody says, how are you doing? So, I don't know. Let's count. Now, this is not the only count. I understand that. There's a lot of other things to count. But to see if there may be some errors in your judgment and lack of disciplines in your life, we might as well start with money. Because it's so easy to count. So let's just start there and see whether or not maybe we have messed up. Okay. So here's how I explain it to kids. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Key to understanding economics. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Marketplace is also described as reality. Reality, marketplace. Now, it takes time. It takes time to bring value to the marketplace, but we don't get paid for time. It's very important for kids to understand, as well as adults. We don't get paid for time. Mistakenly, the man says, well, I'm making about $20 for an hour. Not true. Not true. If that was true, you could just stay home and have them send your money. No, it's not true. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you put in the time. So we don't get paid for time, we get paid for value. Now, since that's true, here's one of the key questions of the afternoon. Is it possible to become twice as valuable and make twice as much money in the same time? Is it possible to become 3 times as valuable as you now are and make 3 times as much money in the same time? Is that possible? Of course. If you want to really emphasize something, that's a good phrase. Of course. Of course. Now, all you have to do to earn more money in the same time is simply become more valuable. America's unique. It's a ladder to climb. Starts down here, what, about $4 an hour? Big argument last year in Congress about the starting place. Should be 5, should be 5, should be 5. Well, no, it doesn't mean 5. Why not start with 4? It's a ladder. Right? This is not a bed. This is a ladder. It's a ladder to climb. Starts at $4. Now somebody says, well, should be 5, should be 5. Well, maybe. If you're going to stay at the bottom for the rest of your life, it probably should be 5. But that's kind of a pitiful way to live. Start and not grow. Start and not change. Start and not become more valuable. Hey, the whole scenario of life is to start, number 1, and what? Become more valuable, number 2. So America's a ladder decline. Starts at $4 an hour, and the more valuable you become, you just keep moving up the ladder. Top income last year, what, 52 million? Guy that runs Disney? Would a company pay somebody for 1 year's work $52 million? And the answer is, of course. This is one of those of course places. Of course. If you help a company make $1 billion, would they pay you $52 million? The answer is, of course. It's chicken feed. I mean, it's not much money. Now, why that much money? Because he has become so valuable. Now, why would we pay somebody only $4 an hour? They're not very valuable to the marketplace. Now, we got to make that distinction, to the marketplace. Might be a valuable brother, a valuable member of the community, valuable member of the church, valuable member in the sight of God, the human family, of course, those kind of values. But to the marketplace, which is called what? Reality is, if you're not very valuable, you don't get much money. Those are called the facts. And that's how that is. Well, then how do you get more money? Simple answer. Somebody says, well, I'll go on strike for more. Well, here's a major problem with that. You can't get rich by demand. Somebody says, well, I'm waiting for a raise. I'm telling you, it's easier to climb than to wait for a raise. Why not just become more valuable rather than wait? I'm telling you, that's the key to all good things. Becoming more valuable. Why would we pay somebody $400 an hour? They become more valuable to the marketplace. See how this works? I'm telling you, this stuff is so easy. This is America. It's a ladder. How far is it from 4 to 5? I'm telling you, it's not far. $4 to $5 an hour? If you work for McDonald's, haul out the trash, they'll pay you $5 an hour. If you whistle while you haul out the trash, they'll pay you $5 an hour. I'm telling you. You'll get an extra $1 just for a good attitude. Yay, McDonald's. Wear the hat. $5. And then you just keep becoming more valuable, more valuable, more valuable. I got a telephone call 5 years ago. Company said, we're ready to expand internationally. We need some help. I was sort of semi-retired. Looking for the next exotic beach. They said, no, Mr. Rohn, we got a project for you. Right. We'll expand internationally. We can use your help. Next little while, we'll add some millions to your fortune, make it worth your while. I said, okay. I thought later, isn't that interesting that they called me? My second thought was, of course they call. Who else would they call? I mean, you know, I can get the job done. Now, how come I got a telephone call worth millions? I had become valuable. Now, I'm a farm boy from Idaho. I was raised in obscurity. 1 year of college, and I thought I was thoroughly educated. Made all kinds of mistakes galore. At age 25, the creditors are calling me saying, hey, you told us the check was in the mail. I got pennies in my pocket. I got nothing in the bank. I'm behind on my promises. How come I get a telephone call 5 years ago and it's worth millions? I changed. I turned my life around. Is it possible to become worth millions? Speaking economically, now there's a lot of values to become. But let's just talk economics. Is it possible to become that valuable? The answer is, of course. Now let me give you the secret. So here's the secret, Mr. Rohn. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Once I got that, it turned my life around. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job.
The world breaks everyone, the very good, the very gentle, very brave. And those it doesn't break, it kills. There's no shame in being a broken man. I should know. You just pick up the pieces and start rebuilding.
How you do anything is how you do everything. This ain't saying, oh man, I gotta do this the way I do that. That's little boy talk. We talking mentality, we talking spirit, we talking disposition. We talking about how we show up and how we work for what we say we want.
If you're up and you're now ready to get after it, you can go ahead and shut this off. You won. You can proceed on to go get stronger and faster and better. If you are still actually lying in bed when I can't stop right now.
And I've learned something this year, something that we've been lying about for so long. There's this lie that we have time. Because time is something that we've always had, and we don't realize how valuable time is. A lot of you know this, but I need you to understand this. You don't have time. You don't have next year. You don't have next month. You don't have tomorrow. All you have is right now. And just to be real with you, you have to understand this, that forever comes with an expiration date. At some point, forever is going to come to an end.
All you had to do was get up, get out of bed, instead stay in that warm bed and squander the opportunity to train and to get better.
Fear is not real. The only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future.
It's one thing to dream about your destiny, but it's another thing to wake up when you know you're supposed to wake up.
You have to keep listening. I need to tell you about the mistake that you are making.
There are going to be times that you're going to just struggle and you're going to be tired, you're going to be weary, you're going to want to quit, and you ain't going to have nothing left. But you still got to carry on.
To feel like a loser, like a person that fell short, that failed the first test of the day.
You can also find every excuse as to why you won't make it. You can find every reason, if you look for it, as to why you won't make it. But at the end of the day, there's going to be two groups of people. And one group is going to be a lot bigger than the other. One group is going to get told that they can't do it. And instead of fighting, and instead of working, and instead of, saying, Dad, I'm not willing to accept that, those people are going to just take it. And that's what society's counting on. Society is counting on you giving up.
Wrong. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
What we have to do is we have to be our own sergeant to hold the highest standards and allow no slack.
Your problem is you start something, you stop it. You start something, you stop it. You feel good, you do it. You don't feel good, you quit.
Did I give it my all today?
No, it's tough. It's hard. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy to sacrifice. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy to grind. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. But I can tell you this. It will be worth the sacrifice if you can grind your way through it.
Everybody wants to pass, but nobody loves the process.
Hey there warriors, welcome back to Fresh Never Give Up Motivation. Today we are diving deep into a mindset that separates the dreamers from the achievers. The relentless pursuit of success. So bulk up, become it's time to get up and grind. Life is a battlefield and every morning is a call to arms. To grind is not just about putting it the hours. It's about giving your absolute best, day in and day out. It's about that burning desire to reach your goals, no matter the obstacles in your way. You see, champions are not born, they are made through resilience, determination and an unwavering commitment to success. It's time to silence the doubt and rise above the noise. Get up and grind, because success favors the bold, the persistence, and the dedicated. The grind is not limited to one aspect of your life, whether it's your career, your education, or your personal development. Each moment you dedicate to improvement is a brick in the foundation of your success. It's not about the easy path, it's about the rewarding path, the path that tested your limits, pushes you to grow, and ultimately transforms you into the person you aspire to be. Remember, success is indeed not given. Success is earned, not given. So, what are you waiting for? The world won't wait for you. Get up and grind. Whether it's the crack of dawn or the midnight oil. Your dreams don't have a snooze button. The green doesn't care about your excuse. It only recognizes your effort. Let the world be your witness. Let your actions speak louder than your word. Today is the day you decide to take control, to keep charges, and to take the first step towards the life you have always envisioned. Remember, success begins with a decision, the decision to get up and grind. If you are ready to embrace the grind, hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone who needs that extra push. Together, let's inspire a community of go-getters who know that success is not a destination but a journey. Until next time, keep grinding and keep soaring.